What's up? Masterclass January 13th. For you guys that don't know, I have a masterclass January 13th. If you're interested in getting into trucking, it's $9.99. You can pay $4.99 down, another $4.99 in 2 weeks, so you can just pay it off at $9.99. It's a 6-7 hour class. We cover everything on how to start your company, how to scale your company, how to hire drivers, book good loads, because everybody, of course, you already know you can get on with Amazon, but if you don't know the correct time, method of how to book loads, that's profitable. So that's another thing that we cover. We take a break from 2 to 2:30, then we come back. I'll answer more questions. We pull up the actual Amazon load board. I show you how to book a load. A lot of people don't know how to read a load, especially when it has 1, 2, 3, 4 stops. So we cover that, how to book loads and be profitable. Then we also cover the DAT load board, where you can use the DAT load board in conjunction in your Amazon load, depending on when you book loads with Amazon. We also cover that in the masterclass. After that, we also have my compliance officer comes on, and she tells you everything that you need to be in compliance to do Amazon Relay, or even to start your own trucking company if you want to do DAT or over the road loads. And then after her, we have an accountant that also has logistics box trucks business that will help you strategize and set yourself up for payroll, taxes, and how to structure your company the correct way so you don't be in no trouble at the end of the year. Class, like I said, and it also comes with my ultimate bundle pack guide, and it allows you to lease onto one of my business partners for the first 180 days. So that way, for all the people, like I said, I get this question every single day. Do I have to wait 180 days? Yes. The only other way you don't wait 180 days is if you know somebody that already has an authority that's 180 days mature. If you know somebody and you can lease on to their authority, that's fine. You can go do that. You can skip the 180 days while your authority ages in the background. Otherwise, you can join my masterclass. My masterclass, I'll pair you with somebody. And it comes with my ultimate bundle pack guide, which is all 3 of my guides. So that is that. Someone said the process is not easy, but definitely worth it in the long run. That's right. Hey, Mariah, how you doing? Yeah, it's not easy, but it's a lot of information. It's just a lot. There's a lot of information. A lot of people think trucking is, like I said, just so simple. Like, go get a DOT MC number and start booking loads. That's why everybody's struggling. That's why people don't know how much they cost per mile is. They don't know how to be profitable, and that's why you go out of business. Like I always constantly preach, the most important process or aspect of business is learning the business. If you don't learn the business, I don't care if you're selling sneakers, you're selling whatever it is. If you don't know what it costs to stay in business, or what to get from a vendor, if you selling clothes, if you buying clothes at too high of a price and you trying to sell it at a high price, you ain't gonna get no customers. So everything about business is learning the business, knowing your numbers. So that's another thing that's very important. All right, let me get down to some questions. Someone said, I want to get with your company. How? The easiest way to get with me, man, is to go to my link in my bio or go to boxtruckshawty.com. That's the quickest and easiest way to get in contact with me. Someone said, I have a question about a TikTok you made. Can you explain who you use to do your authority? My authority, I have a third party that did my authority. And she'll cover the MC number, the DOT, your USC, and your BOC3. In order to get that information also comes with my ultimate bundle pack guide. That's $199. It comes with all my referrals. It comes with the person that do my DOT. It comes with my insurance broker. Comes with my ELD person, my gas car person, pretty much everything you need to be up and running. And it also comes in the masterclass. So those are one of the services and she's also my compliance officer, and she's a part of my masterclass. So that's who did my own authority. Let's see. Someone said 80 days. I don't know what that means. Oh. Someone said, will there be a masterclass February? I might not be able to make the January class. Yes, it will. It will more than likely be a February's masterclass. I don't have it set the date yet. I don't know exactly what date it'll be in February. Sam said, Professor Box Truck Shawty. That's what's up. Sam, if y'all missed last week's live, man, it was one of the best lives I've had. I got a lot of DMs about that live. Last week we talked about, I know you guys were probably celebrating Christmas or whatever. We talked about semis and Amazon Relay. A lot of people think that you can only do box trucks, and some people think you can only do semis. Some people think that, the logistics is dead. Logistics is not dead if you have the correct information, and the hustle and grind is never gonna be dead. So these brothers had Sam and was not Jason, Sam and Jason. Well, his name is Sam Transport. That's why I keep saying his name is Sam for you guys that's in my on the live. But him and Winston came on last week, and they talked about semis, how long they've been doing semis with Amazon. They're killing the game. If you're interested in them, go follow them. I don't know if they have services or whatever, but go watch that live. It's a definitely interesting live. It was one of the best lives. And I got to have them back on my live. I don't know, maybe I didn't want to do it too soon, but maybe next week or the week after. I definitely want to get them back on there, because when we got on there, it was so good. All we talked about was semis, because I became a student. One thing about logistics, never stop learning. Never stop being a student. When you think you know everything, that's when you fail. So I became a student, asking them questions, because I'm learning. I want to learn about semis too. Even though I don't have semis, it's always good to learn new information. You know what I'm saying? So I had those guys on there. So I got to have them back. And the reason being is because once the live was over, guess what happened? I get flooded with my DMs. Hey, what about this? What's a block? What's X, Y, and Z? I don't know the answers to that. So the next time I have them on here, I'm going to have it more question and answer. I just wanted to introduce those guys to you guys. Because like I said, they killing the games with semi. It's a, and I'm talking about killing the game with semi. So for you guys that have CDLs or want to get into the semi aspect of Amazon, there you go. Someone said, I purchased your dispatch ebook. Now I'm waiting on my LLC to be registered. So if there's anything else I can need to do, not until you get your LLC thing. And congrats. Someone said, Box Truck University does it all in one-stop shop. That's right. I tried to. Does the rental companies you have gone with always been strict with the mileage? Nah, not mine. No, they have not. How much is your bundle package? My bundle package is $199. It's on sale for $199. It's pretty much all three of my guides. It's the first one, the step-by-step starter pack guide. It's the step 2 on how to book loads with Amazon, how to hire drivers, my pay scale, how to find drivers. All of that's also in my ultimate bundle pack. That's $199. For you guys that just don't have the funds to actually join the masterclass, no problem. Grab my bundle pack. And also, if you already purchased my bundle pack and you want to join the masterclass, I will let you in the masterclass for $750. I can split it up into 2 payments as well. So what's in the pack? I just explained that. Can you please talk about your views on the future of Amazon Relay and Box Trucks? Thanks. I think the future of Amazon Relay and Box Trucks is going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You always have people that, I don't know what I want to call them. I don't even know what to call them yet. But people that will try to talk you out your bag, or try to talk you out of starting something, or to talk you out of getting into business, because maybe they don't know, maybe they're unsure, maybe, I don't know what it is. Like in this culture, there's a lot of jealousy. A lot of people don't want to see you blow up before them, or get rich before them, or make money before them, or leave your job and be successful before them. So a lot of people will try to deter you. As the guy who was on my live last week, Winston, he'd been doing Amazon Relay for 6 years. 6 years ago, I never even heard of Amazon Relay, period. January, at the end of this January, I'd have been doing Amazon for 3 years. So anyway, to make a long story short, Amazon Relay is not going nowhere. It's not going nowhere. I know a lot of people say, oh, Amazon's getting their own trucks, or they're getting DSP. Once again, is stupid, is ignorant, is this like almost dumb. That's like saying, will Uber go out and go buy 100,000 cars just to drive people around? Why? It makes no sense when they can just have you buy a car, you pay for your maintenance, you pay for your insurance, you pay for the upkeep of that car, and they just make a little bit of money. The name of the game is scaling. I just posted today. Until you understand the power of scaling and learning how to scale a business, you'll never be rich. So with that being said, Amazon Relay is completely different from DSP. Amazon Relay, reason why I say Amazon Relay is never going to go away. If the only way Amazon Relay will ever go away, probably 1,000 years from now, when everywhere is a city. Because think about this. What we are doing is we're picking up freight in a bigger situation, a city, market, or whatever, and we're taking that freight. Let's say for Atlanta. We're picking up freight in Atlanta. We might take it an hour, 2 hours out to a place where it's small. Let's just make up a place. Tupelo, Alabama, right? That's 2 hours away. Tupelo, Alabama has, let's say, 1,000 people there. Somebody goes on Amazon. They want to order something from Amazon. Well, guess what? Tupelo don't have an Amazon fulfillment center or distribution center, right? Because it's too small. So what it is you order it on Amazon, and guess how it gets there? We pick it up from Atlanta. It goes to Tupelo post office, and then the post office actually delivers that package to that rural area. That's why Amazon don't want to put a fulfillment center there. They won't. Why would Amazon put a fulfillment center in a place that has 1,000 people? It just don't make sense. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, Amazon Relay is never going away, because why would they build a fulfillment center there or a distribution center and put DSP there? It just don't make sense. But you know what's in the small towns? Post offices. No matter how small a town is, they have a post office. So that's what Amazon Relay really is. That's why like in Atlanta, we don't really pick up in Atlanta and deliver in Atlanta. I'm not saying some of the times we don't take it to a post office, but however, majority of the freight is going to come out of a larger market and go to a smaller market, like somewhere small, if that makes sense. So Amazon Relay is here to stay. It ain't going nowhere. Amazon's getting bigger. Amazon's about to start selling cars this year. Here, their first client is Hyundai. Amazon's doing pharmacy. Amazon has stores. Amazon is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Amazon became the largest last delivery company in the United States in November of last year. So that shows you that Amazon ain't going nowhere. So that's my take on it. But like I said, once again, people will try to deter you, especially in the Amazon Relay group. Most negative, pessimistic group I've ever seen in my life. I go in there like once in a blue moon. Went in there today. Amazon Relay is giving away all of the stuff to DSP. I'm just like, it's so it makes no sense. But once again, people will talk you out of your bag. 3 years ago, people told me it was stupid to get into Amazon Relay. I couldn't make money with a rental. It didn't make sense. We was in the middle of the pandemic. Don't start. The greatest decision I made was to start my logistics company when I started it. Because somebody will always tell you otherwise. You go to the dealership to buy a car, you buy the red car, they should have tell you should have a blue one. You bought a house, they tell you should have bought a bigger house with a pool. They tell you you go to Hawaii for a vacation, they tell you should have went to the Virgin Islands. Somebody always have an opinion. An opinion, like my mom used to say, is like assholes. Everybody got one. But at the end of the day, do your own research on this. Do your own research. Like I said, I just had 2 guys on here last week that's doing semis that's killing the game. But if you listen to every naysayer in the world, they'll be like, oh, you can't make money with trucks. You can't make money with semis. Well, when I get on the road and I drive down 285, all I see is tractor trailers all day, every day. So who is eating with the money? Who's eating? Maybe you need to pull over one of those guys on the express and say, hey, what are you guys doing? But logistics ain't going to never stop. When logistics stops, everybody will be homeless, out of business. We won't have no food on the shelf. We won't have no clothes. We won't have nothing. Everything comes in through logistics. So logistics is never going nowhere. Someone said, who's my insurance broker? I have a broker that I use. Like I said, that some of my information that I have is already in my ebook. So if you're looking for my broker, my ELD, my third-party authority, purchase my Ultimate Bundle Pack Guide. I have all my contacts in there. Someone said, how to be profitable at Amazon? Good question. Join my masterclass or get my ebook, and I can show you how to be profitable and use the Amazon Relay. Like, so just think about this. Let me give you guys a fair thing. You know, everybody said, hey, you can't make money with rentals, right? Okay, we say that. I make money with rentals. I teach thousands of people to do the same exact thing, right? Let's get past that. Some people say you can't make money with semis, right? We had 2 guys on there last week making money with semis. Some people will say, oh, you have to own a box truck in order to make money, right? Everything is based off of how much you're paying for something. Let me give you an example. Say I'm renting a truck. I pay $4.40 a week, 12 cents a mile. Somebody buys a truck. They buy a truck let's say they bought a truck that's $50,000, $60,000. They paying $1,500, $2,000 a month for that truck. But their insurance, they didn't go through a broker. Now they're paying $2,500 or $2,500 a month in insurance. All of that plays a part. So if you get in the game and your expenses is too high, you're not going to make money. If you own a truck, rent a truck, borrow a truck, everything is about relationships and getting that cost down. The reason why you need a mentor and the reason why you come to somebody like me is I already made all the mistakes. I already got all the connections. I can tell you who to go through. You want funding? I can show you who to go through for funding. You need insurance? I can show you to somebody that's a broker, not calling directly to the insurance company. You need a gas card? I can get somebody to get a gas card with no credit check. You see what I'm saying? So I already have everything. It's like a one-stop shop. if that makes sense. If your insurance cancels on your renew it the following week, does it stop your authority? No. If your insurance lapses for a couple of days or a little short time period, doesn't restart your authority. No, it don't. Let me see. So it said, thanks for your reply. Once you activate your authority, do you need to get insurance right away? No, you don't need to get insurance right away. So once you get your DOT and MC number, plus you guys know it's 21 days in order for your authority to go active, 21 business days. So after your 21 days, if you don't have insurance on your MC, it won't go, your authority won't be active, but it's not like you lose it. You have 90 days in order to get insurance onto that before you have to repay again and refill out, paperwork and all of that stuff. Someone said, so looking forward to doing the 3-day training. That's what's up. Can't wait. That's another thing people fail at. People fail at walking into Amazon thinking that Amazon is like OTR. It's not, because OTR is mostly non-touch, where Amazon, you have to load your truck. You have to scan your pallets. You have to scan them on, scan them off. You got to check in twice. You got to know how to use the dock door. There's a lot of things that you have to do in order to actually be able to do Amazon relay. And if you think you're going to walk in there and walk out, and they only give you 15 minutes to get there now, before they can get there an hour early. But anyway, let's just say you think you're going to walk in there and walk out and be out in 50 minutes. You got a lot of confidence in yourself. And that's what most people mess up. Most people mess up with Amazon Relay, cutting corners, YouTube University. Now, I didn't say you can't YouTube some of the things, but don't walk in. Let's say you don't even take my 3-day. Do not try to walk into Amazon without being properly trained, because if you mess up on the first 3 or 4 loads, guess what? Your score is going to be bad for the next 6 weeks. And then most people can't survive running a company with bad rates and rates low. So Amazon rewards you for having early access, and the higher your score, the better load you get. It's just like in school. You know what I'm saying? If you did good in school, you was rewarded. Same thing, higher credit score, you get a lower interest rate. You got 700-800 credit score, you go buy a house, a car, you're going to get a better rate than somebody that got a 500, right? Same exact scenario with Amazon. Amazon has a reward system where they reward you by your performance, if that makes sense. Someone said, bought the ebook, sent the email for the insurance. How long does it normally take to get a response? I would say probably send another one, but it's a couple of days, because you got to remember a lot of people was on vacation and they just getting back into the office. So if you sent a request already, just send another one so you can be, up in the queue. When you lease on to someone, do you set your pay, or do you ever lease on to pay what they want to pay? I don't really understand your question on Playboy, but I guess if you're asking the question, when you leasing on to somebody outside of the people I know, then you can negotiate your rate or whatever. But if the people you're talking about, like the masterclass or the people that's my business partners, they take 10% of what you book. I hope that answered your question. What's up, Trucker Rhonda? How you doing? Someone said, what's the minimum cost to get access to your relationship that sounds valuable, G? $199. $199 for you guys that don't want to take the class. $199 will get you access to all of my people, and it'll get you my ebook. Like I said, great information. It's not no course. It ain't no busy work, something you can just Google and be like, hey, look, the FMCS say this. The trucking says this. It's, hey, go to this person, call this person for insurance, call this person for authority, call this person for your ELD, call this person for gas cards. Hey, if you're trying to hire a driver, I have a job description, and you copy, paste, boom, put it on Indeed, Facebook Marketplace. I guarantee you in 2 or 3 days, you will have your applicant, a bunch of applicants. It has my pay scale in there. It has how to hire drivers, how to scale your company, backlegs. It pretty much have over 2 years of experience that I went through with Amazon, and I put it in the guys. $199 is if you can't invest $199, like I said, in information, I don't know what to tell you guys, but that's the cheapest thing that I have. And I also do have 30 and 60-minute consultation, which is $99 for 30 minutes, $149 for an hour. So someone says, better to lease the box truck, no overhead maintenance. That's the worst expense, is an unknown maintenance amount, and you're in the best up-to-date box truck. Facts. So you heard what Sam said. That's the guy. Go follow him if you think about getting into semis. He just said that's the best way to do is to start off leasing and renting a box truck, because most people, and I do consultations, most people go out of business by buying a truck. They, oh man, I don't want to rent. I'm gonna go buy a truck. And I understand some people love to own. Own a truck, you buy a truck. If you buy a truck, I'm not telling you that you can't. If your finances, you make enough money, or you have credit or a line of credit, or you just have capital to sit aside like $15,000. Because when that truck breaks down, a truck is not like a car. It's not $200-300 to get fixed. You're talking $5, $6, $7, $10, $15,000 to fix that truck. So if you making money and you spent the money that you made, like as people say, spending your re-up money, and when that first breakdown hit, let's just say it's $10,000, $12,000. That sucks. So that's just like, for example, I have enough cash to go buy a couple box trucks. However, I don't like maintenance at all. I hate maintenance. It reminds me, it's a funny joke. I don't know if you guys have BMW, but BMWs, I love them. Great driving cars. But man, my BMW used to stay in the shop. Maintenance, maintenance, maintenance. Every time I turn around, $1,000, $1,500. That's what it reminds me of when it comes to a box truck. That maintenance will kick your ass. So to be, transparent, that's why I don't buy a truck. I don't want to deal with it. Yeah, I probably could make more, but peace of mind is priceless for me. Who's gas card? Grab my guide. I got a guy in there that can get you gas cards with no credit check. For all if anybody that's asking for my resources or my referrals, it comes in my Ultimate Bundle Pack ebook. Well, my cousin, I know my cousin was in here a second ago. I'm going to bring him on here and let him speak about his experience. So y'all always hear me talk about my cousin, who's been in worked for the federal government for over 21 years. He came on a live like maybe a couple months ago. I was going to bring him on to see how his year went. Because I think in February be his 1 year up. But he's also somebody that has multiple trucks. I don't know if he has 4 trucks now, 5 trucks. But he's never drove a box truck. He's never been to where his trucks is located at. So that's something that I never even did, because all my trucks, is here in Atlanta now. But he has trucks in a place that's over 4 hours away from him. So that's dope. You can start your trucking business and put it anywhere. I hear this a lot too. A lot of people always say, oh man, this is the market. He's making money because he's in Atlanta. He's in Atlanta. This market is not good. This market is not good over here. Tampa is not good. Texas is not good. LA is not good. Everywhere has a decent market. But now let's say they do have some places that have hot spots where it's a better market. I'm just going to be honest with you. Less competition, less saturation. So with that being said, if you don't plan to drive the truck, you can put your trucks anywhere. I think when people, sometimes like a screw get loose when it comes to box trucks versus semi. Because it's common practice when you get into logistics, if you're starting off with a semi, and let's say you're in Atlanta, you get a semi, common sense will just tell you this truck is probably never going to be in Atlanta if you start off with a semi. So they know that truck is going to be back California, New York, wherever you decide to put that truck is never going to be probably just running around in Atlanta. Not to say it can't. But with that being said, but when it comes to box truck, people lose their mind and forget it's the same thing. They think a box truck has to stay where it's located at. That's not true. You can put your box trucks anywhere. A box truck is just like a small semi. It's just that you don't need CDLs. There's a lot less restriction, less weight that you can carry. So with that being said, that box truck don't have to be here. Like you can put the box truck. I was on the phone with a guy today. I don't know if he's on here, but he's in Germany. One of the guys in Germany, he has a truck here. I helped a guy from the Virgin Islands, or somebody from Trinidad, somebody from Canada. You don't even have to be here to run your company, if that makes sense. So you can put your truck in. If you think Atlanta has the best market, put your truck here. If you think Houston has a better market, put your trucks in Houston. Your trucks don't have to be where you're at. Like, it's mind-blowing that I still get that question every day, especially they're like, well, I don't plan to drive the truck. So then why does the truck have to be where you're at? Do you want to just go outside every day and look at the truck? If you, especially if you're renting a truck, why do you need to see it? Now, I can understand if you own the truck, you probably would be a little bit skeptical of putting your truck in a state that you're not there. But you got to remember, these trucks are rentals. I've never had a problem with a driver not returning a truck or giving me back the truck once I get rid of them. So with that being said, and guess what? I know a lot of people are kind of got common sense. So let's just say you did put a truck somewhere in another state and that person like, I'm not giving your truck back. Guess what you could do? You can call Enterprise, Ryder, Penske. They got GPS on their truck. They will tell you where these trucks at. They can go pick that truck up. Yeah, you got to pay for towing, but they'll go pick that truck up and you can rekey that truck and get your truck back. So at the end of the day, and most people are not going to damage the truck because they know it's not your truck. And they know if they damage this rental truck, who they think the rental party is going to come after? Them. So at the end of the day, your truck don't have to be where you at. Someone said, thank you, I'm going to look into your ebook. Okay, that's what's up. How many trucks you have? I just scaled down. I had 10 trucks. I scaled up from 5 to 7 to 8 to 10 during the peak season. And every year in January, I scaled back down to 5 trucks. 5 trucks is because the rates drop in January. In January, peak season is over. So it slows back down to the regular, I would say like the regular time, regular rates. February, we'll get a little bump and then slow back down after Valentine's Day. And then the beginning, end of February, March, this depends on when the government releases taxes. When the government releases taxes, guess what we do? The first thing we do is go back to Amazon and buy a big screen TV every year, and we buy all our stuff that we want. So we're pumping the money right back into the economy. So March, April is booming, if that makes sense. Someone said, can we see a day in your life? Never seen you. You just sell ebooks. You won't see me because I don't ever drive a truck. So you won't see me in a day in the life of actually physically driving the truck. I came into the game, like I said, go watch my story. I came into the game. I have on podcasts, in the Forbes magazine, different magazines. I never wanted to be a trucker. I never wanted to drive the truck. I never wanted to drive around and tell you guys trucker stories. I remember when I started my company while I was working a 9 to 5. I was in corporate America for 16 years. So what I did was I don't want to work no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the age where I'm in my golden age. I want to chill, relax, vacation, spend money, set up stuff for my kids. Like I said, 2024, I set up a trust for my kids. I have life insurance, whole life insurance. I'm building generational wealth from trucking. And that's what I want to do. And I don't want to work. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to work no more. And God willing, I plan to never work for nobody else again in my life. So you won't see me out in the trenches. Every now and then you might see me pop into an Amazon facility, to get some footage. But other than that, that's my claim to fame, bro. I don't want to drive a truck. And no disrespect to people that drive the truck. Some people like drive truck, like we was on here last week. Winston, they love to drive the truck. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has a passion. My passion is real estate. Now, when it comes to real estate, guess what? I could hire a GM, a project manager, and never go there also because people do that. But because that's my passion and that's something I love to do, you will see me at the house or you will see me doing that. So I hope that answered your question. How do I get routes or how do I get and learn how to read a route, boy, if I enter the business? Thank you. By either joining my masterclass, man, or getting my ebook. But if you want the closest thing I have to a mentorship is the masterclass, if that makes sense. Let me say, good people know good people. That's some valuable shit, G. Thanks. Yeah, let's see. When you lease onto someone, who booked the load? So good question, bro. When you lease onto somebody, you book your own load. So let's say you join my masterclass. After the masterclass, you get up and running. You're responsible for booking your own loads. You can have as many trucks as you want leased on that you can control. So it's just like you running your whole entire operation by yourself with Amazon. So if you want to book a load today, you book. If you want to book 2, you book 2. If you don't want to book none, you don't book none. It's up to you. So it's just like you having your own your own account for the 180 days. When the 180 is up, you just switch over to your own account. Someone said, he's not lying. I took the class and it's 100. I even took the training at ATL and ran into Box Truck Shawty outside. A very solid brother. Salute. What's up, bro? That's right. He took my class, man. Like I said, man, I got reviews. I got people. You can message them, ask them. These real live people. These ain't no bots or nothing like that. You can speak to them. True story. Came in class. I came in town. We was at a place. He said, man, I ran up to me. He's like, man, hey, what's up, Box Truck Shawty? I'm in town for your training. I was like, damn, that's crazy. But yeah, real cool dude, man. And he took the class. So that's dope. Someone said, what's the approximate gross revenue I can profit over the first 3 months if I use your strategy? I'm weighing renting versus owning. That's a good question, and I always get that question. So it's kind of like when people ask me that question and they think I don't want to answer it, it's not that I don't want to answer it. It's the fact that, let me give you an example. When people ask me that question, that's like saying, how much does a lawyer make? You can have a lawyer that make $50,000 a year. You can have a lawyer that make $100,000. You can make a lawyer that make $300,000. You can have a lawyer that make millions a year. There's no set price. So when you say how much can you gross in 3 months, it depends on how many trucks you have. It depends on how many loads you're doing. If you're only doing Amazon or you're doing Amazon and the DAT load board. So it just depends. I always tell people, One truck can bring you, a box truck can bring you, it depends on how you grind it. It can bring you anywhere from, on average, about $4,000 to $5,000 a week, depending on how many loads you do. Some people, I've seen box trucks do $6,000 a load, but those people be grinding loads. So let's just say $4,500 a week with a box truck, right? It depends on how many days your truck is running. So let's just say, for easy math, $600. Let's do it. Let's say you did $600 a day, all right? And your truck ran 6 days a week. I mean, 6 days. So if you did 6 days, 600 times 6, that's easy math, 3,600. If you did 7 days, 600 times 7, that's 4,200. So if you did one load a day and your truck ran 7 days a week, you could gross 4,200. So if you have 2 trucks, you can gross more. If you have 3 trucks, and so on. Some people, like I said, like Turbo Steve, he's a guy out, follow him. He's out in Cali. He was on my live one day. He was doing $900 with a box truck, or sometimes even $1,000 with a box truck, and being back home daily. So it's a loaded question when somebody asks me that. It just depends on your grind. You can make $600, $700, $800, $900, $1,000 with a box truck per day. It just depends on your grind, hustle, and what else you're doing. So I hope that answered your question. And it depends on how many trucks you have. When I first started, my first week, I think I made $2,000. It took me 3 weeks to get my second truck. Then after that, my third week, I got my third truck. I want to say, don't get me wrong, because the end of January will be my 3-year anniversary. I think it took me to make $300,000. I think it was maybe 6 months or something like that, or close to 6 months. So it just depends. But my cousin, for example, Box Truck Wiz, he came into the game. He started doing better than me because he knew how to book more loads. He took my master class as well. So he came in the game a lot stronger than me, making way more money than I was making in the beginning. So that it just depends. So is it best to lease? Yeah, in the first 180 days, if you don't want to wait it out. Someone said, what do you get with the masterclass that you don't get in the guide? A lot more. The masterclass is way more in depth and thorough, is more interactive. That is, you get to ask questions as we go. We cover more, because you got to think about it. 3 years now, if I was to put it in a guide, that guide would be 500 pages. If I tell you this, do this, do this. And it covers other spots. A lot of people don't know when I first started, I always have new customers, and new clients and new box heads. When I first started in my business, and within my first year, I got my company. I had 5 trucks on the road. I got my company shut down for 30 days for not following something that was compliant. So I had 5 trucks. I had to pay the trucks, the rentals for 5 trucks for a month. I had to pay insurance on the 5 trucks. I had to pay my drivers for the month. You know why? Very costly mistake for something I wasn't found compliant. So because of that, now I take compliance super serious. So I have a compliance officer that jumps on the call, and she goes through everything and show you how to structure your company the correct way. Because I can guarantee you, if you don't have a compliance officer, or you don't have somebody that you tapped into, like a business that does compliance, 99% of people doing something wrong. And that's just the fact of it. You haven't just got caught yet. So with that being said, if you done spent all this money and invested it, have a compliance officer. So that's somebody that after the masterclass that you can tap into. But like I said, the DAT load board, you get the lease on. If you just buy my guide, that's fine. For the 180 days, you will have to figure out what to do until you can get on with Amazon. If you get the masterclass, we figure that out for you. We put you with somebody for the first 180 days so you can book loads. So that's the difference. And it comes with the guide. Someone said, how do I get the guide? Go to boxtruckshawty.com or click on the link in my bio. And I know you guys probably saw peak season is over. The fourth quarter, if you guys haven't seen, y'all should see. I ran up the bank with, let me see if y'all can see, because I know it's kind of hard to see. If y'all look, y'all see that? October, fourth quarter, 104,000. November, 129,000 gross. This is gross, not net. And the month of December, I knocked Amazon head off at $179,000 gross. So all for the last fourth quarter, October, November, December, that's $413,000, $104.15 gross. That's crazy. Running, like I said, I started off with 5 trucks in October, November. Then when it started getting closer to the thing, I scaled up to 7 trucks, 8 trucks, 9 trucks. Now I scaled back down to 5 trucks, if that makes sense. Cuz, you ready to jump on? Where you at? Yeah. Also, rental count discounts. All of that's also in the guide and also in the class. The Georgia. Someone says, I'm a minority woman owned business with 5 certification looking to team up with a Georgia, the federal contract in business 3 years now. I'm transferred over 15 years. Y'all see somebody trying to network here in Georgia. Let me see. Cause I'm about to on my cousin, y'all, Box Truck Wiz. Y'all probably see him at the events with me. Came to the Christmas party. Came to my surprise party. I was up there in DC with him. Killing the game. He started in February of this year here. Doing very well for himself. I'm gonna let y'all tell his story, but like I said, he's killing the game. Proud of him. One of my best proteges. What's up, cuz?
What's up, cuz? How you
How
doing?
you doing? How you doing?
Yeah, good, good. Can't complain.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
I
Ate good during peak season.
I didn't scale up, but next peak season, I'm definitely going to follow in your footsteps. I'm gonna scale up, but we did well. Yes.
Gotcha. Gotcha. That's dope. That's dope. So tell the people, I guess, a little about you, man, that don't know about you. Some of my followers, they probably hear me talk about you all the time, but they probably, never met you or whatever. So tell them a little background about you and how you got started into the, I guess, the logistics game.
I'm I'm Jason or Jay, Box Truck Wiz from Brooklyn, New York. Currently live in Maryland. Like you mentioned, my trucks are in another state. I got into the business through you. I saw the progress you made and what you continue to make. And although I've been on my career of the 22 years, this January, uh, always made a great salary. I just wanted more. So I jumped in, follow your footsteps, and I've been happy with the decision ever since.
Gotcha. That's what's up. So when did you start? When did you?
Started February of last year, but got my the DOT and MC number the previous, I believe it was like November or so, but I went to hire the right driver and things of that sort. And then it was like the holiday season, I had to wait for the approval from Enterprise, but the first load was in February.
Gotcha. Gotcha. That's what's up. So how many trucks you have now?
Uh,
You ain't
current,
got
currently,
you ain't got to tell them where your trucks at. How many trucks
now
you have now?
currently, I have 4 trucks. Probably will get another one, hopefully pretty soon.
Oh,
So 5, I want to get.
gotcha. So since you started, what did you end the year out with? So you started in February. You ended, of course, December in the year to date. What was your year to date
Right.
gross?
So yeah, the other day the gross was 396,000, and honestly speaking, it's really more. I had a situation like you said, we made all the mistakes
Uh-huh.
where I had to, jump on another account. So I would say it's really a little bit over 400,000. But if you want to be technical,
Gotcha.
396.
Gotcha. That's dope. That's dope. So have you ever been to where your trucks is at?
Haven't been. I haven't been, and I keep saying I'm going to go, and I will go. But I kind of get a kick out of knowing that I made so much money, and I've never been to where my trucks are located. So I get a kick out of that. Like I said, I will go, but I haven't been as of yet.
Okay. So when you first started off, though, you did start off with your trucks in your state where you was at, like Maryland area, right? In your region.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. In
So what?
Baltimore, and
Oh,
I'm sorry.
yeah. So your truck started off where? You
Yeah,
said in Baltimore.
yes, in Baltimore.
So when you first started off in Baltimore, how long do you think you kept your trucks there before you moved?
I would say it was probably like a month or so, maybe a little bit longer, less than 2 months or
Hmm.
so.
Okay. So I got a question for you, $1 million question. What made you decide to move your trucks? Don't say where they at, but decide to move your trucks from Baltimore, Maryland, to where you currently have your trucks at now.
So I was just doing my research on the load board. I kind of stumbled into where my trucks are now,
Mhm.
and it wasn't peak season. It's probably, I would say it's probably like in January or so, and like the loads, just what was on the load board was like I thought to be like sky high. Like they had loads $750 just chilling on the load board, and so I looked at the map. I was like, all right, this is doable to put the trucks there.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I did. My particular driver, he was down to relocate. He had a family or anything. And so we made it happen.
So
Put
your
the trucks there.
first driver, you decided when you had your one truck, so he just decided to move to the area that the other truck was, like where you put your trucks at now. So he just
Right.
locate with the truck.
Right. Yeah. We had the conversation just because I didn't like how the loads
Mm-hmm.
were in that particular area. And he was all for it.
See, that's dope. So you did something that I never done before. You see what I'm saying? I never done that. So I remember the day when you called me and told me that you was doing it. Like, man, I'm thinking about putting my trucks here. And I looked, I was like, yeah, the loads is fire there. I ain't gonna lie. But I was just like, you about to move your trucks? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy that you were saying that, like you were gonna move your trucks, and you did it. You moved your trucks, and next thing you know, you just kept scaling, and stuff like that. So how did you get your? So did you move one truck up there at one time, or did you move multiple trucks? How did that? How did you start?
So at the time, I only had one truck. So I moved that truck
Uh-huh.
there in that state, and then I just used that particular driver to train my other drivers. So I have drivers that I've never even met before.
Got you. That's dope. Sound like me. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. And then, so basically, then after you just put that one truck there, because you put the one truck there, then you scaled up 2 trucks, 3 trucks, and 4 trucks, and you still got the same trucks there. You still got all 4 of your trucks there.
So all of my four trucks there. Yeah,
Let's just say,
absolutely.
how far? Because we get them. Where's that? How far away you think that is from you?
It's probably definitely easily 4 hours or so, 3.5, 4 hours. Like mileage wise,
Got you.
if I
Tell
say
them too
it,
much
then
today.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
you might figure it
yeah,
out.
okay, so that's dope. So your trucks are 4 hours away. It's funny you said that because I literally was just talking about that before you got on the live. I was explaining to them, like, a lot of people think that the trucks have to be where they're. If you're not renting a truck, the trucks don't have to be where you at. Like, why? You're not going to drive the trucks every day. Now, if you're going to drive the trucks, that's a different scenario. But if you plan to do the system that we're doing, where making passive money without physically driving the trucks, you can put them trucks anywhere, you know.
Absolutely.
And I spoke to you today, and you found out about another hot spot, right? And you
Oh
was like,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
put a truck there.
yeah, yeah. I might put a truck there. Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'll tell them where it's at. But yeah, so that's crazy that you about to put a truck, and this is like in the Midwest somewhere. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely,
So
absolutely. I listen to you. I follow you. Like you said, you're definitely my mentor, and so I just decided I got to take a leap of faith, and so I have to admit, at first, even with your guidance, I'm nervous because I've never done it before, but once I got into it, I see that you could easily find a driver, so I'm not like fearful of putting a truck and a driver that I never met in another state and possibly a state I haven't even been to. So that's not a fear of mine anymore.
right, because like once again, a lot of that fare is relieved because you don't own the truck. It ain't yours.
Exactly.
Like what they're gonna steal the Enterprise or Ryder or Penske truck.
Exactly.
Like if they report that shit stolen and let Penske handle it, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
They will pick that truck up. So
Right.
that's about it. And like I said, if you own the truck, I can see where that hesitation will come in at. But like you gotta have common sense. And just like I was saying earlier today, and I always constantly preach this, like the post I made today. You can't figure out how to scale your business, you don't understand the power of scaling, you ain't gonna make no money. I'm not gonna say you can't do good with one truck, but you need multiple trucks running to be able to make money. That's how all businesses make money. And you look at the post that I posted today about today, 6 years ago, I bought my first investment property, right?
Yeah.
January 3rd, was scared as shit. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't know nothing about no house. But sometimes in life, man, you just have to take that leap of faith.
Right.
And that leap of faith, what it was is, my kid's mother bought me the Steve Harvey book. I read that book, and I was like, man, I gotta jump.
Right.
These all working at this job for the rest of my life.
Right.
I took it at the house January 3rd, watched every flip or flop show, became obsessed, riding around the communities, going to other people's houses, became obsessed with it. First house made 176,000. So the moral of that story is what I'm saying is that in any business or all businesses, when something comes up, you got to pivot. So I thought real estate was gonna be my key to so to retirement. I
Right.
thought logistics never was really, it was on my radar, but wasn't something that I would have done. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? If the didn't happen, I would have never even jumped. I would have still been doing real estate.
Right.
But real estate slowed down. Guess what? You got to pivot. You got to change a little bit. Just like I said, I gave you the sauce. I gave you information. But what you realize by doing, what did you say? The key word you said, I did my own research. You did your own research on a market that was hotter than the market that you was already in. You
Right.
didn't that. You did that on your own.
Right.
You started thinking outside the box because you thought think outside of the box. Your loads is way better than the loads I'm getting. You know what I'm saying?
And I didn't want to fail. I didn't want to fail. Like I felt like, I got the DOT, I got the MC number, the insurance. Like, I have money vested into this. So, I just did not want to fail. And that's with everything I do. So I'm gonna try, I'm gonna strive, I'm gonna do my best. And if the market where I'm at, if for whatever reason is not hot, I'm gonna go
Move
somewhere
right,
else.
right,
Yeah.
right. You're gonna go where the money at. You're gonna follow the money. So that's why I try to tell people, man, it's just like you gotta follow the money. You gotta, and just that's the two guys I had on there last week. You gotta be able to, I'm giving you the blueprint. I'm giving you the blueprint, but you got to put this together. Like some places you might have to add a special sauce to
Right.
it. You know what I'm saying? You might in Cali, food tastes a little different from food in New York. Pizza. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Everything costs a little different. So you might have to put your own little spin on it. It's like what Turbo Steve, he out in Cali. He talked to him. He was like, look, I had to put my own little spin on it. So with him putting his own little spin on it, he killing the game too. So that's the great part about it, man. You gotta be able to pivot. You gotta be able to figure out stuff. Like my old favorite saying is, you can't be Blockbuster. You have to be Netflix. When something comes up, you just can't tuck your tail and say, hey, man, I'm done. Majority of these people that fail in trucking fail because they didn't have a mentor. They didn't
Right.
look up to. And not to say that you couldn't have done it without me, but I'm gonna ask you a question. How hard do you think it would have been if
I
you
already know.
ran through this process?
I definitely would not be where I'm at today, and also like it remind me of something. Not to go in too much detail, but like my first the driver that moved, I actually had another driver
Mm-hmm.
as well, and then they kind of was going to like train with each other,
Mm-hmm.
and that particular driver. I mean, he was horrible. And it's just like, I was inexperienced, so I didn't really know fully how to pick a good driver. And so, make a long story short, like the one guy I ended up getting rid of, right? He was essentially, like he was living in the truck, essentially. He was homeless. So I got rid of that guy, but I don't know if you recall, but I remember I called you as busy as you are, with the trucks and the business and everything. I was like, man, I hope I get you.
Mm-hmm.
And I got you in the middle of the night. It must have been like 2, 3 in
Uh,
the morning.
uh,
And I was like, look, I have this situation. What do I do? Because you know why? It was the first 3 loads
mm-hmm.
where you don't have a grade initially. And I think this is what a lot of people need to realize. Like listen to you,
Mm-hmm.
right? And sometimes people they don't want to invest in themselves, but those first 3 loads that could make or break
Yeah.
you. That could make or break you. So I knew that because I paid attention, I listened to you, and so I was fearful that I was going to start off with a poor grade because now this particular driver, he wasn't answering the phone. And make a long story short, you told me what to
Mm-hmm.
do, and it worked. And I was like forever grateful. And then so I started off with an A. I
Right.
guarantee you, if let's say I couldn't get you, or if I just went into it on my own, I would not have started off with a A. And then, once you don't have that A, it's hard to get back to
Yep.
that A if you have it and lose it. So imagine starting off not even having it at all. Like
Right.
I wouldn't even be here today. We wouldn't be on this interview today because I
Right.
wouldn't I wouldn't be here.
Pushing a big boulder up the mountain
Yeah,
versus down. So yeah, that's why I tell people the most important thing is getting yourself a mentor. Even if you don't get me, go watch my videos, go watch Tap In with my cuz. Just tap in with somebody, man. Get yourself a mentor. Even me being as smart as I am, guess what? I had a mentor. I did not discover this by myself. A mentor showed me the ropes of every single thing. Even though he wasn't doing it that long, there's no way I would have been successful if I would have just watched a couple YouTube, go to the Amazon review, see all the negative shit they say. I would have been like, man, I ain't even starting this company. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like, that's the difference. But I had a mentor. He was like, hey, look, this is how you do your driver. This is how you pay your driver. He showed me how to get accounts. So I had a mentor also. I just ran with it. So it's super important to get a mentor. Like people, like I said, they don't want to invest in themselves, man. People pay to go to CDL school. They pay to go to college. They pay to go to electrical school, to be an electrician, whatever. But when it comes to this, they want it to be free, or they just don't want to learn it. They
Absolutely.
think it's simple as just getting a truck, getting an authority, and going hitting the dat low board. They
It's,
don't understand it's still a
it's
business.
still a business, and you have to treat it like such. And the piggyback off of what you just said, actually it was a pallet jack shortage in
Mm,
my area, and so I reached out to you, told me some places where I think I went onto Facebook Marketplace. So I speak with the gentleman, and he was a business owner, multiple business. He was like in the tech field, and so I mentioned to him what I was going to do, right? Amazon Relay. So he tells me his address, where to go to pick up the pallet jack. So he tells me, he's like, hey, I looked into it, I got into it. And he was like a naysayer, as smart as he was, the multiple businesses that he had. He's like, no, you're not going to do good, such and such and such. He gave me every reason why I wouldn't um, succeed.
mm-hmm.
I actually mentioned you. He was aware of you, and then he was like, "Oh, well, yeah, you're not going to succeed." And I was like, "That's it's my first cousin, he's my mentor." So, make a long story short, he didn't succeed, but I did. So, if had I listened to him, I probably wouldn't have gotten the pallet jack and things of that sort. So, you just have to, go out on your own and see what it
Right.
does, and then just don't take a no or a failure as an answer.
And by no means am I telling everybody that take my class or master class or ebook, you're gonna be successful. That's not. There's no business, no services, no nothing that's 100% guaranteed that everybody's. There's no college. Everybody go to barber school ain't gonna be a barber. Everybody go to law school and get a law degree ain't gonna be a lawyer. Ain't gonna be successful. That's just life. That part I can't teach you. You know what I'm saying? That part got to be in you. Hustle, grind, being able to figure stuff out. So that's why I just constantly keep preaching to people, man. Because some people will feel like, oh, I took this, but I wasn't successful. Well, guess what? What did you do, and what did this person do? If y'all got the same information, the same contacts, the same resources, why is my cousin successful? Why this person ain't successful? Why is Steve successful? Why is Akeem successful? You know what I'm saying? Why is all these people successful, but you wasn't when you had the same exact information? When I give you the information, if you don't take it, that's up to you. You know what I'm saying? So that's the part about another thing when people they just, especially when it comes to black people, they expect us to have 100% satisfaction rate. Like,
Right.
oh, gotta be like bulletproof perfect. The only perfect person is Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Right.
not
Right.
saying everybody's gonna be successful, and
Right.
that's it. That's like even when I started flipping houses, man. Everybody that was flipping houses around me, nobody succeeded except
Right.
me.
Right.
But in being this business, I'm like, I have the mindset. I'm gonna be obsessed with it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna lose. I'm gonna figure it out, and
Right.
that's the person I'm gonna figure it out. When anytime something changes, I'm gonna figure it out. When Amazon did the one, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna pivot. Amazon do this, I'm gonna figure it out. You get what I'm saying? That's just life, and you got to be able to figure it out.
But I always say like Denzel Washington character in American Gangster, like Frank Lucas, right? And so you know, you were always been a leader, continue to be a leader. So I, you know, trust in what you're doing, and I know, like you said, you're gonna do your research. I'm gonna be right there behind you. Do my research, and you know, I always, you know, admire what you're doing. So I
Thank,
always, you know, salute you.
thank you, thank you. I salute you too, cause I'm proud of you too. I tell every time I go on an interview, I always mention your name, man, cause
Right,
I'm proud of you.
right.
That's dope. Like I said,
Absolutely.
taking what I've done and done stuff that I haven't done, like putting trucks in another area. That's dope. That you never been to. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah. So that's crazy. That's crazy. And like you to do your own research and put a truck. I remember when I first started, I was gonna put some trucks down in Jacksonville. I had a cousin down there, but my cousin flaked on me at the last minute because Jacksonville, Florida, had some fire loads when I first started. So yeah, man,
Absolutely.
it's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. It's, you know, just gotta, you know, take a chance on yourself, and
Yeah.
that's the advice people always ask me in my DMs. Or what advice can you give me? Just, you know, just go hard. You know, don't take no for an answer. Just, you know, believe in yourself. It sounds cliche-ish, but you
Yep.
know, that's absolutely, you know, what I did. So,
Quick question
you know.
too. What did you think about the master class? You actually took the master class. What's your opinion?
Look, I love the master class, and in fact, I was even going to ask you, heck, can I do another one? I want to, you know, even though I'm successful and everything, because that's another thing too. So, you know, obviously, you know, I know you with family and stuff, but I always learn something after speaking to you, and so I enjoyed the master class, and I definitely want to
Yeah,
join
like
another one.
right third, man. You could jump on there, ain't
Okay.
no problem.
Okay,
Yeah, man.
absolutely.
The master class, like, dope. If you guys haven't been
Yeah,
listening, join my class January 13th. Is like 6-7 hours. I guarantee you for $9.99 is the best class you would take. It has all my information in it, my contacts, my resources, lease on, all of that good stuff that you can get up and running. That's it for the night. I'm not gonna hold you guys. You know, I try to stay on there a whole hour. Go follow my cuz Box Truck Wiz, killing the game. In the next week, I'm gonna speak to the other guy, two guys that was doing the semi, get them back on it so we can do more of a question and answer because I know a lot of people want to know about semis. Um, like I always say, I'm always forever a student. If I don't know, I'm gonna send you to the person that know. There's enough money in this industry for everybody. We gotta stop hating. We gotta stop talking shit to each other. We gotta be positive, man. It's 2024. Is enough money for everybody. I'm at a point in my life where I'm tired of even my new thing is just blocking people. I ain't even argue with power, man, because I'm at a point where I'm like, I'm tired of explaining myself. Because even you tell me, like, you get pissed, like, when
yeah,
people inbox hater, this, and that. But like, man, you know what? I'm just tired of it.
right,
I'm past the point of having to show receipt. If you don't believe,
right,
just keep moving, man. Keep doing what you. Just like
exactly.
I told him, he's like, ah, man. Um, he was just saying something stupid. I was like, man, look, just Google me.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right, right,
Google me. So,
right,
but
right.
and,
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's frustrating. I had this one particular hater saying things. Oh, it's a scam, and I was like, no, it's not a scam. So then he starts to go on about real estate, and I was like, oh, we do real estate too. I
mhm.
showed him my basement. He
Oh.
shut up. I showed him my basement. I sent him a video of my basement and everything. He just
Yeah,
disappeared. And he's, oh, big bro, you know, you doing your thing and such. I was like, yo, just ask me.
yeah,
Is no
yeah,
scam.
yeah,
Just ask me. Yeah.
yeah. I don't have to shut up a couple people. Same thing, they jump in my inbox, and if I'm bored, I'll play with them. You know, from
Right.
time to time. Look, log into my bank account, screen record, boom.
Right.
Look at this. This, this is a scam. This is cap.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know how you do it. Then it turns into that.
Right.
Like it's always that. Just,
Right.
look, if my attention. That's the wrong way to go about it. Just hey, look, man, what are you doing? X, Y, and Z. Book a
Exactly.
consultation, but stop. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and then one thing I meant to say with the master class when I took it, so you know, not to give too much away, but like something you showed on the master class with booking loads and the map and everything, I used that same night, and I was able to make the most I ever made in one night using the map feature because I was able to
Mm-hmm.
have my trucks go to the place and then book another load in
Don't
another
get
location.
pause.
Like, like
But
I
yeah,
killed it that
yeah,
night.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of science people just think it's just so simple.
Yeah.
It is, you get it, but it's still some science behind it, man.
Yes.
You give too much of the sauce.
All right.
Thanks, cuz, man. Proud
All
of
right.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Proud of you too.
All right, Box. Says that I see you guys at the top, January 13th. Get in that masterclass, boxtruckshorty.com. Tap in with me. All right. See y'all.